Imagine coming home from the front lines, your chest heavy with medals and memories, only to find your own neighborhood treating your service like backyard trash. That's what hit Jake Harlan like a sucker punch when he parked his truck in the driveway of his quiet cul-de-sac in suburban Virginia. But oh, the real gut twister? The gleaming display case by the front door, his marine dress blues. Framed with the flag, now targeted by the self-appointed queen of pettiness. HOA President Marlene the Enforcer Wilkins. Jake had just retired after 2 tours in Afghanistan. The kind that left scars you don't talk about at barbecues. His dad, Old Man Harlan, a Vietnam vet himself, had hung that uniform up like a badge of family pride. Let him see what real backbone looks like, he'd grumbled with that gravelly voice. But Marlene, with her clipboard and her community standards sermons, saw it differently. The first letter arrived like junk mail from hell. Violation. Unsightly display disrupts aesthetic harmony. Jake crumpled it, figuring it was just HOA nonsense. Those ridiculous rules about grass height and mailbox colors that turn neighbors into spies. Dad just snorted. That woman's got more power trips than a bad acid flashback. But Marlene wasn't playing. Whispers started slithering through the block, rumors she spread at her emergency meetings, painting Jake as some rogue veteran flouting the rules. Maybe even unstable. We can't have that kind of element here, she'd say sweetly to the gossip chain, her voice dripping fake concern while sipping herbal tea. Jake bit his tongue, watching from his window as she patrolled in her golf cart, noting infractions like a wannabe dictator. Inside, though, he was cataloging every smirk, every side-eye. Patience, he told himself. These types always overplay their hand. Then the escalation hit like a cheap thriller twist. Another notice. This one threatening fines that could bankrupt a small country. $500 daily until compliance. Dad's face turned thundercloud dark. Over my dead body, he muttered, tacking the letter to the fridge like a war trophy. Marlene, sensing resistance, amped up the smear campaign. Anonymous notes in mailboxes claiming the display was provocative and unpatriotic in these sensitive times. Jake heard the murmurs at the corner store. That Harlan boy's stirring trouble. It burned. But he stayed cool, installing a discreet camera above the garage. Let him dig their own grave, he whispered to Dad over coffee. The absurdity peaked one muggy night. Jake jolted awake to the stench of burning fabric. Rushing out, he found the case smashed, glass like jagged accusations on the porch. On the lawn, a smoldering heap of his blues, buttons warped, fabric ash, and the flag ground into the dirt. Dad stood frozen, fists clenched. They did this, he hissed. The camera footage? Gold. There was Marlene, plump and puffed up in her nightgown, lugging a crowbar with her lackey Bob in tow. This'll teach him about order, she snarled on tape, dousing the uniform and flicking a match. Bob hesitated. Marlene, this is nuts, but she shot back. Shut it. I'm preserving our values. As flames danced, she stomped the flag for good measure, her face a mix of triumph and cartoonish spite. Jake replayed it, chuckling darkly through the rage. Values? From a woman who finds kids for lemonade stands. Words spread like wildfire, literally. Jake leaked the video anonymously. And boom, viral outrage. Veteran groups flooded in, parking trucks along the street in silent vigil. You mess with one Marine. You mess with the Corps, a grizzled sergeant growled, staring down Marlene's house. She tried damage control, emailing the neighborhood. A regrettable misunderstanding. Standards must be upheld. But her voice cracked at the next HOA meeting, sweat beading as residents grilled her. How's burning a vet's uniform upholding anything? One shouted. Marlene blustered. It was clutter. We have rules. Laughter rippled, bitter, mocking, as her board fidgeted. sensing the ship sinking. The climax exploded when state investigators, tipped off by the video and anonymous leaks, Jake's quiet handiwork, raided HOA records. Embezzlement? Selective fines hitting troublemakers. Marlene's kingdom unraveled. Board members jumped ship, resigning in panic. We didn't know. At the emergency vote, she ranted like a cornered cat. You're all ingrates. I built this community. But the gavel fell. Ousted. Fined. Facing charges. She slunk away. Her golf cart auctioned off to pay debts. The HOA dissolved. Residents cheering as rules went up in smoke. Jake hung a new uniform. This time with legal protections sparked nationwide. HOAs couldn't touch military honors anymore. But as he watched Marlene's for sale sign go up, he pondered, was she the villain? Or just a symptom of neighborhoods choking on their own nonsense? Who's really breaking the rules when order means stomping on sacrifice?